Most people think that you need either a garden or a big backyard to grow food, but that's not even close to the truth. The truth is, really the reality is, you can grow food anywhere. Even if you don't have a yard, you can grow food. All you need is the nutrients that the plant needs, the light that the plant needs, and a little bit of care and a little bit of time. And you can grow food, whether you live in an urban setting like I do, on a big farm, in an apartment with just a sunny windowsill, or nothing more than a closet and a couple of grow lights. You can grow food. Let's talk about that. In this video, we are going to cover a bunch of different spaces where you can grow food. Some of them don't even require a yard or outdoor space. Different spaces, but the same result. Good, healthy, and if you choose organic food for you, for your family, or for your freezer or pantry. First thing that I want you to know is there is no perfect setup for how to grow food. The best setup for you is going to be the one that works best for where you live. Now that could be one or two of these choices. It could be more than one or two of these choices. That will all depend on your space and what you're interested in doing to produce for yourself, and frankly, how much food you want to produce for yourself and your family as well. Backyard gardening is the most common way to grow large amounts of food. And when people think of gardening, everybody just assumes you've got something going out back in your yard. Yard gardening is definitely the most flexible choice. It can be bigger, you can grow bigger crops, more volume of food, and over time you can reuse that same space over and over again and improve on it each year. And at the same time, it can also be one of the most expensive ways to grow food because you definitely need things like soil amendments and trellises and fencing, especially if there are any wild critters like bunnies or rodents or foxes or deer in your neighborhood. If you're looking to can and preserve and put away extra food for more than a year, then you definitely need bigger space like what would provide in a yard, though you can couple together some of these ideas and do two or three of them as well. For example, you could grow things in your yard, on your patio, on a windowsill, and with a grow light in your basement if that's what works for you. And if you're short on outside space, consider doing some patio or balcony gardening. Container gardening can be surprisingly productive, and containers come in all kinds of sizes and varieties. That's just a repurposed vinegar container that I use for some winter sowing, but fabric pots like this one here work really well, and don't be fooled by their soft sides. They are absolutely reusable and they will last for years outside. You can use tubs or buckets. You can use raised gardens like this one here. That's asparagus growing in there, and it does extremely well, and it's been in there for at least 5 or 6 years, and it comes up every year. There are pots, and there are things like green stock gardens, which have different sizes and can be configured different ways to grow in very small spaces. These are some lilac trees I transplanted up. Those are my lemon trees that come in the winter. And don't think that flower boxes have to just have flowers in them. You can plant in any container that will hold soil that you can water regularly and take care of. These are indoor plants. That pineapple was delicious. And these again are citrus trees and other plants growing in my kitchen, herbs and other edible plants right on a windowsill. pretty much everybody has a windowsill that they can grow some herbs on. These are basil plants you see here. And if you don't have windowsill space or you don't have an actual windowsill, you can always use grow lights. If you have a closet and some grow lights, you can grow food year round. This happens to be in my dining room. I have some plastic sheeting around it, just some inexpensive plastic shower curtains, one underneath it and one all around it, just to grow inside year round to make sure my seedlings have enough moisture. This one here happens to be outside in my sunroom, but I grow things the same way outside in the sunroom as I do in the house. I just don't grow out there in the cooler weather. I grow inside. So if you have a grow light in a closet or a corner in your living room, somewhere where you can put up some shelving and some grow lights, you can grow inside too. These kinds of setups are perfect for growing microgreens, smaller greens like lettuce or baby bok choy, or herbs year-round, fresh and right there and ready to eat. Abundance is absolutely possible for everybody. All you have to do is to find the growing system that works for you, and then preserve your extra if you have any, and you're good to go. You can grow for your family, save money at the grocery store, and eat really healthy, wonderful food year-round. You don't need land, you don't need experience, and you don't need perfect conditions. All you need to do is just start where you already are and get growing. Hey everyone, Angela Allen from the Handmade Homestead. I'm just going to sneak in here for a quick second and just do a quick little unboxing with you guys for this package that I just got in the mail. Now there is a homesteading channel called the Gathering Basket Homestead in St. Albans, Maine. It's run by two lovely ladies, Stephanie and Danielle. They do some really amazing videos, the kind of videos where you want to bring a cup of tea and sit down, and by the end of the video you feel like you've had a great visit with some wonderful relatives. It's just such a warm, peaceful, wonderful channel to watch. Now I've been watching them for a while now, and I've grown very fond of both of those ladies and their videos. And today I got a package in the mail from them, and I just wanted to unbox it with all of you. It's a little package. I'm going to cover their address and last name just for their privacy, though their P.O. box is on their site. If you want to mail them stuff, it's fun to exchange seeds and stuff, but they've mailed me this package. All right, so I'm just going to slide out what's in the package. And it's a little package of seedlings. You can see here, they do look like onion seedlings, so that is pretty exciting. So their note, it says, "Dear Angela, thank you so much for the celeriac plants. I thought I'd send you some of my Elsa Craig seedlings. Yay! Hopefully they'll survive and that you still have room in your garden. Thanks, Stephanie and Danielle." So I want to thank you, Stephanie and Danielle, so much for these, because I really wanted to try these and I couldn't find the seeds. So I'm super happy, and I'm sure these will do fine. And I am going to grow them out like you do and see if I can save back a few of them for seeds for next year so I can grow them too. That's so exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to have them, and I will send you pictures as they grow along so you can see. And I do hope your celeriac seedlings do well for you. And if they don't, let me know. I still have a ton left. So thanks again. All right, let's get back to the video. Well, thank you for joining me today. Well, we talked about some of the ways that you can grow food, but that it's certainly possible for everyone to grow food in some way for themselves, no matter where you live, no matter what you have for surroundings. Well, if you enjoy this kind of content, I'm thinking you will most likely love this content too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us so much with the algorithm, and we will see you next time. Take care.